Hey guys, it's Kay or Kay the Enchantress. Thank you guys for coming back to another video. So today I'm just going to be washing my knotless braids, and I figured that I would record it because I don't remember seeing too many videos on washing braids. Some people don't believe in washing braids. They're like, you know, it's in there and I'll keep it in there and then I'll do a good wash after I take them out. But for me, if I don't wash my braids every 3 to 4 weeks, my head feels like I'm going to probably scratch it off. So I go ahead and wash my braids about every month because I will normally keep my braids in for 2 to 3 months and then get them refreshed or take them out. Nevertheless, pretty much I'm just going to be washing my braids, and I figured I would record it. As I said before, I'm going to be trying to wash them and not get my entire length of the braid wet because it gets so heavy like that and it takes so long for it to dry. So if you're interested and want to kind of see me struggle, because I'm probably going to struggle, then keep on watching. Okay, so what I decided to do was take about 1/4 of a fraction of shampoo and then put 3/4 of water into a spray bottle. I couldn't find my real spray bottle, so I just used a detangler bottle that I had left over. And I'm going ahead and I'm just spraying directly on my scalp. And after I spray on my scalp, what I do is I will massage, but I massage downwards only because I don't want to disrupt the new growth. So if you continue to do that, it'll kind of minimize the amount of frizz that you'll have to deal with later on. So next, what I decided to do, because I felt like I wasn't getting my scalp as clean as I wanted to, I decided to take my Coconut Cowash by As I Am and just went around my edges to make sure that my edges were really clean, because I know that's where majority of the product gets gunked up when you have braids. And then decided to go ahead and just, it's almost like I'm greasing my scalp with the co-wash. You can think of it like that. But I'm doing the exact same thing that I did with the shampoo, just getting it in all the parts, making sure to massage in a downwards motion after I finish doing that, and trying to minimize the amount of frizz that I'm going to have to deal with later on. This was honestly the hardest part of washing these braids. Like, the entire process was kind of long as it was, but I was trying my best to kind of stretch out the braids so I would only pretty much get the scalp wet and not so much the entire length of the braids, because I know you guys know how freaking heavy braids can be after you get water in them. So I did my best to just get, you know, the top part of the braid and the scalp clean, but I got a little bit of the rest of the braid wet, but I did pretty good, quite honestly. So you're just gonna see me kind of doing the same thing that you have been seeing me do. I'm just gonna go ahead and spray this leave-in conditioner. Can't remember which one it is because I have a couple, but I will make sure to leave all of the products that I use in the description box if you guys are interested in knowing what I used exactly. But again, just spraying on the scalp and moving on a downwards motion to not disrupt the new growth too much and create a whole bunch of frizz, because even though it's already been, I think it's only been like 3-4 weeks, I don't know why my hair grows so fast in braids, but so quite honestly, I'm not exactly sure why I did this at this point. Maybe I thought I was doing something, but no matter. We're just gonna continue to watch me struggle for no reason, trying to figure out how this is going to work. So I'm sure it's pretty self-explanatory, but I'm just going in and making sure that my scalp is as dry as possible, because I don't know what it is. Braids tend to kind of smell a little weird as it is as time goes by if you're not doing what you need to do for your braids and your scalp. So I just want to make sure that there is no leftover moisture by going in and raising my braids up and drying in between the parts to make sure that everything is nice and dry and clean. Next up, I do this whether I'm washing my braids or not. I feel that everybody needs to oil or moisturize or grease their scalp at least every week, because that is really going to help your growth as much as possible. I don't know of too many people that don't get braids to try and get as much growth out of their hair without having to do a lot to it. So I'm just using this, it's an anti-itch oil that I really have to use. I always need to use something with tea tree or peppermint in it when I have braids, because it feels really refreshing, really cooling, and it doesn't irritate my scalp, because I don't know what it is, but everything is irritating my skin and my scalp as of lately. So just being really cautious of what I use. But again, it'll be in the description box if you want to know exactly what I used. So I'm sure you guys can see all of that just, I don't know, struggle at the front of my head right now. So I'm just going to take some gel and I am going to kind of push back some of those hairs, because I don't really have, I mean, everybody has edges, but I have a lot of hair that grows on my forehead, and quite technically that is what baby hairs are. So I naturally have a lot of baby hairs that are a lot longer than they need to be, but having all of that on my forehead at all times, it gets really gunky and really nasty really easily. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to push it back into the braid using some gel and some edge control, and then taking my edge brush with the comb on the other side and combing that back into the braid.
let a hoe know I ain't motherfucking sharing. I can take it to the parents in the Paris, plan a motherfucking wedding. You the type of one to marry and keep it married. I put the ring on when you're ready. Play our fantasies out in real life ways. Don't find no fantasy, can we end these games though? You give me energy, make me feel lightweight, like a birds of a feather, but we real life made for each other, and it's hard to keep my cool. When other bitches tryna get bit my dude, and when other chickens tryna get hit my cool, 'cause you were one in a million, there ain't a man like you.
So next I decided that I wanted to actually have them done in a side part, so I went ahead and pushed it over to the side that I wanted it on. Again, put some mousse on and also used some of the Pump It Up spray from the exact same company. Anybody that ever got their hair done as a child in a black salon knows what Pump It Up spray is. Yes, I'm taking you back to your traumatic child days of just complete and utter terror of having to get your hair pulled and tugged on just so that it looked laid and slayed to the side. Yes. After that, I'm just gonna go ahead and put on this do-rag, and then I'm going to blow dry it just to make sure that it completely dries. I don't want a whole bunch of caked up stuff, and everybody knows that if you blow dry mousse or put mousse on hair and then dry it, that it completely goes away pretty much, and it does its job of laying down what it needs to lay down. But yeah, that's it guys. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.